Getting good guidance. How do I get guidance? I got this one 3 times this week, so we're diving in. Ready? People want to know how I get guidance because they want guidance. And one of the things that I love about Neville was into speed. Neville was into simplicity. And Neville taught from experience, and that's what I do here. By the way, you are listening to the voice of Mr. 2020 coming to you live from Melbourne, Australia. It is 6:25 a.m. in the beautiful morning, the 10th of December. Listen to those birds. Oh my God, they're beautiful today. So how do you get guidance? This is a biggie for a lot of people. And I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can. You don't need it. You don't need guidance. You don't need guidance from your higher self. You don't need guidance from angels. You don't need guidance. You don't need guidance. Neville taught something really simple. All that you do and all that befalls you simply happens. All that you do, all that befalls you, simply happens. It comes from your state. See, if you're waiting for guidance to make the right decision, if you're waiting for inspired action, you're waiting. Those are just really sneaky ways to wait. They're very sneaky ways to deny the truth about you that sets you free. Neville Goddard taught your awareness of being is God. If you really dive into this stuff, your awareness of being is God. And if you're being who you choose to be in the world, identity-based manifesting, if you have experienced, I am that person. I am a BMW owner. I am a loving puppy dad. And if you imagine a first-person experience, action of self-predominant, you will find yourself moved. I moved around the world this stuff by imagining being an Australian. See, a lot of people don't think about this, but there's like preferred classes of people that can immigrate to Australia, like doctors, lawyers, electricians, plumbers. Right? We're really in the infrastructure and legal and medical here for some reason. On the preferred list is not spiritual teacher, internet marketer, kung fu master, ex-cop. See, those aren't on the list. I moved here for love. I moved here in love. I moved here by surrendering to love. Neville Goddard said, free will ends. Everyone has free will. He said that. Everyone has free will to accept or reject any state. And so when you imagine something, when I imagined being a BMW owner, when I nailed it, I was standing in our driveway. And I absolutely nailed it. And I walked in the house, and within an hour, I had found, it actually was about 20 minutes. I probably made coffee or something first. But within the hour, I found the car, called about the car, and told Victoria we're going to go see the car. I got cash out of the briefcase because I carried like 10 grand in my briefcase back then, and we went to buy the car. I got it for like half price too, because that's where I was playing at the time. Getting top shelf shit at half price, bottom shelf prices, getting steaks at ground meat prices. It's just a game that I play once in a while, like all the time. It flies me around the earth. God, the last time I flew around the earth, tickets were like $2,400, and I got mine for like $1,100 or $1,000 or something ridiculous. Just for fun. Anyway, ready? Your awareness of being is God. How the hell are you going to get guidance from your God self, a higher power, archangels, guardian angels, ass-ended masters? Neville said, put that to rest. Don't bother with it. Your awareness of being is God. All that you do and all that befalls you simply happens. So I was imagining being held and being home. And I woke up one day with this idea. See, I'm going to bed feeling held and home. And I woke up with this idea. Produce a very specific kind of custom product. And then resell it. And what the hell does that mean? This is so cool because... So I went in the NLP forum that I had set up, and I said, hey, look, here's what I want to do. And I put up a web page. For $97, we'll go back and forth 3 emails, and I'll create a custom recording just for you. I'll keep it anonymous. I'll anonymize it, so I won't use your name, and I'll change the details as needed to protect you. But I'm also going to resell it. And I had a blast doing that. And a fellow named Mikey bought one. And he shared it with his friend Leanne, and she bought one. And she shared it with her friend. And the next thing you know, this little Forex group, they all bought them, like 20 of them. And that moved me around the world and had me meet my wife. You see, I wasn't waiting for inspired action to be held and be home. I was also imagining a business success, right? Taking it to a new level, exploring. See, intrinsically, I'm either what they call efficient, effective, or lazy. I was reading about doing market research, and I'm not into research. I'm into search. I love learning. But I'm not into sitting around and researching and compiling stuff. So I figured the best way for me to learn about my market is to put up an offer. Right, $97, we'll do a little custom recording, 3 emails back and forth, and I have the rights to resell it. And we sold them for years at our Inner Circle product site. Good fun, good shit. And here's what's really awesome, because I didn't wait for guidance. I didn't wait for inspired action. I had 2 different imaginings going on, home and held and a new level of business success. I read a book by Dan Kennedy. He says, hey, do market research. I'm not into that. You notice I didn't wait to get inspired to do market research. I just found myself making an offer. And this is how this stuff works. It's often the sideways motion that gives you traction. It's the stuff that you don't think is related to your wish that has it help get fulfilled. 90% of the time in my life, I cross bridges without realizing I'm on them. Neville Goddard said you will cross a bridge of incidents. And most of the time, I have no clue. I don't bother trying to keep track. I don't look for signs. All I notice is, am I in the state? If I'm in the state, I'll do whatever it takes. Now, here's the thing. Let's get back to my car. So we go to get my car. And Victoria's like, don't you want to shop around? I says, no, I want to get a car. I want that car. It's a black BMW. I'll name it Abdullah. So we go and we try it on. And the sales guy's name is Tom Sawyer. No kidding. And Tom says, okay, cool. And we sit down to do the paperwork, and you could tell he's disturbed. I'm like, well, what's up, Tom? And he said, when do you want your car? And I said, I have cash, you have car. I'd like to have it today. I'm not into extra trips. Now, the thing is, see, I imagined that car, when I drove it around the parking lot, perfect. But it had 2 things I didn't like. There was a little chip in the windshield, and I didn't like the tires. And I told him, and he says, well, it's past its safety inspections, and that's what you get. And I said, all right, whatever. And he couldn't sell me the car that day, because it turns out that they accidentally listed it like an hour before I found it online. He said, this never happens. We listed it. They never go this fast. It should have passed inspection. It didn't. So we're going to take it, and they did something with the brakes. They put on new tires. They fixed a little chip. It was wonderful, and I got it for like half price. Because all that you do and all that befalls you comes from a state. You see, Tom Sawyer and friends, they didn't wait for guidance. They didn't take inspired action. They simply listed the car. Me, I didn't wait for guidance. Which car? Give me a sign, right? When it talks to me in a deep voice, I know it's a black car. When he talks to me in this kind of voice, I know it's a pink car. I've never heard that second voice. But here's where I want you to play. Stop waiting. You don't need guidance from your higher self, your God self, the guardian angels, the archangels, the ascended masters. Neville said discard all that. He also said you've got free will, but free will ends. And let's tidy up with this. You can choose the state, and then the state determines what you do. The state determines what everyone does. The state gets everyone to play their part. And here's the thing. The state doesn't make someone do something. The state makes sure all the parts get played by someone. If it wasn't Tom Sawyer, it would have been somebody else. Maybe I would have bought a car from Huckleberry Finn. Wouldn't that have been weird? But anyway, this is my life. This is my world. This is why I don't wait. I don't wait for guidance. I don't wait for inspired action. I just dive right in. If you got gold today, my suggestion is going to be the procrastination pack. We've got one about ending procrastination, and it's about identity-based manifesting. Really cool shit. You can get that at NevilleGoddardStore.com. That's NevilleGoddardStore.com. You can find the procrastination pack there, as long and with other goodies too. But if you get tired of waiting for inspired action, for guidance, for all that stuff, just remember, even the fun waiting is waiting. I don't wait at all. Neville didn't either. And next time I'll share another story. See ya.